All right, let's talk about what's next for AI. We're on the verge of a really major shift. I mean, we're moving from AI tools that just answer our questions to AI agents that can actually go out and do things for us. That's the whole promise of what we're calling the Agentic Enterprise. But, and this is a big but, before we can just unleash these autonomous systems, there's this one huge question we absolutely have to answer. How on earth do we control them? So, what exactly is an AI agent? Let's get really clear on this, because it's not just another chatbot, not even close. The real difference comes down to a few key ideas: autonomously, designing, and using tools. Think about it. This means the agent can see a goal, figure out its own plan to get there, and then use whatever it needs to make it happen. Software, APIs, you name it. And the kicker? It does all of this without a person needing to sign off on every little step. And right there, that autonomy, well, that's the classic double-edged sword, isn't it? On one hand, the potential is just staggering. I mean, we're talking automating super complex processes, finding efficiencies you never knew existed, maybe even reinventing what productivity even means. But on the other hand, handing over the keys to a system that literally thinks for itself inside your company, wow, that brings up a massive, and I mean urgent question that every single business leader should be asking themselves right now. Which brings us right to the heart of the matter: governance. Now, look, this isn't about pumping the brakes on innovation or getting tangled up in red tape, not at all. It's about building the foundation we need to turn these incredibly powerful, and let's be honest, sometimes unpredictable tools into reliable, predictable systems that you can actually trust, especially when you want to scale them up. You see, deploying an autonomous agent without the right guardrails, it's kind of like dropping a brand new Formula One engine into a car, but forgetting to install a steering wheel or brakes. You've got all this incredible power, but absolutely zero control. And the risks here, they aren't just technical glitches. No, they cut right across the entire business. We're talking safety, operations, and yeah, even legal and regulatory compliance. And hey, this isn't just me worrying out loud. This is real. As this IBM report points out, this massive technological leap is happening at the exact same time that AI regulations are getting tighter all around the world. So companies are kind of caught in this perfect storm, right? Trying to manage this powerful new tech within a legal landscape that's shifting under their feet. And that is why having a formal governance framework has never, ever been more critical. Okay, so let's break this idea of risk down into what it actually looks like for a business. What are we really talking about? Well, first, you've got an agent just going rogue, taking unpredictable actions that could mess with safety or security. Then you've got the risk of ethical breaches, where an agent makes a bad call based on biased data and boom, your brand takes a hit. On top of that, there's the constantly moving target of regulatory compliance. And maybe the biggest one of all, the very real danger that an agent just trying to do its job gets misaligned with your core business goals and ends up threatening your entire ROI. All right, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, the answer isn't to get scared and try to stuff these agents back in a box. No way. The answer is to build a better, smarter, safer box for them to operate in. It's all about creating a solid framework of trustworthy guardrails that lets you deploy them safely, ethically, and, effectively. And that framework, that's what we're calling AI agent governance. It's basically the whole shebang, all the processes, the standards, and the technical guardrails you put in place. I think the best way to think about it is like this. It's the complete operating system for running agentic AI responsibly inside your entire organization. And really, it all boils down to three core pillars. It's pretty straightforward. First up, you establish clear processes. Who's responsible for what? How do new tasks get the green light? Second, you define the standards. What are the absolute non-negotiable benchmarks, both technical and ethical, that an agent has to meet? And third, and this is key, you implement the actual guardrails. These are the automated controls that are always watching, ready to step in if an agent starts to veer off course. Now, I know what you might be thinking. All of this sounds like a constraint, right? Like a cost center or just another hurdle slowing down innovation. But the reality is, it's the complete opposite. Good governance is the secret ingredient that transforms all that risk we talked about into a sustainable, scalable reward. And this right here is the most important mindset shift you can make. Governance isn't the brakes on the car. It's the advanced navigation and safety system that actually gives you the confidence to hit the accelerator and go faster. It's what lets you finally move AI agents out of those little isolated pilot projects and deploy them across the entire enterprise, where they can start generating that real, measurable business value we're all after. When you look at it this way, it really lays out the two clear paths facing every organization. Path 1, ungoverned AI. That leads to stuck-in-the-lab pilots, unpredictable risks, and ultimately stalled adoption. But path 2, governed agentic AI. That unlocks enterprise-wide scale, it gives you managed assurance, and it delivers that measurable ROI everyone's chasing. It's really the difference between a cool science experiment and a serious business strategy.
So, okay, we've covered a lot. We've seen the incredible promise, we've stared the perils right in the face, and we've mapped out the path forward with governance. The big takeaway here is that the agentic revolution isn't something to put on a roadmap for next year. It's happening right now. And that leaves us with one last really critical thought to consider.
Because ultimately, this is the one question every leader needs to be able to answer. The technology, it's here, and its capabilities are growing exponentially, like every single day. But here's the thing. Technology by itself doesn't create value. A clear strategy does. And let's be blunt, a strategy for agentic AI that doesn't include a rock-solid plan for governance, well, that's not a strategy at all. The agents are coming. There's no doubt about that. The only question left is, will you be ready for them?